It's the 14th century BC in Syria. You're 13, and your biggest worries are dinner and whether your mom will make you finish your chores before sunset. Then everything ends in one loud crash. Your front door explodes inward. Wooden splinters fly across the room. You whip around and see men, huge, armored, carrying spears, storming in like you've suddenly become the main character in a brutal ancient war scene. Before you can even scream, one of them grabs you. Your parents throw themselves at the attackers. Desperate, terrified, but they're farmers, not fighters. They're pushed aside like nothing. You're dragged out of your home, heels scraping against the dirt, tears blurring everything, and deep down, even at 13, you understand the truth your mind refuses to say out loud. You are not going home. The journey becomes a blur of salt, ropes, and fear. You're tied to a group of girls your age, all captured from different villages. No one knows where you're going. Some cry until they collapse. Some sit in stunned silence. At night, their sobbing mixes with the sound of waves, like a funeral that never ends. Days later, the ship docks. The sun in Egypt feels like it's burning straight through your skull. You're pushed into the crowded streets of Memphis, still chained to the others. A few girls cried too loudly and get slapped into silence, quick. Sharp reminders of where you are, at the bottom of someone else's world. You're all lined up in the open street, trembling under the heat, waiting for whoever is supposed to inspect you. When he finally shows up, he's not a fearsome general or a hardened soldier. He's soft, round, wrapped in a blinding gold robe that glitters like he dipped himself in treasure. His neck and wrists are drowning in jewelry. Behind him stand 4 guards built like living statues. The gold-covered man chats casually with your kidnappers as if this is just another day at the market. Then he steps forward, eyes shining in a way that makes your stomach twist. He looks you over slowly, too slowly, and his hands wander more than they should. You want to pull away. You want to vanish. But your body refuses to move. Even your captors look uneasy. Then, 5 gold coins. Tossed to the ground. A done deal. Just like that, you're bought. You're taken through cleaner streets now, smooth stone, polished walls, fountains that don't smell like rot. Eventually, you reach the Kenre, the secluded world of the pharaoh's wives and concubines. To outsiders, it's paradise. To you, it's a cage made of marble. The moment you step inside, your old life is stripped away. Before you even manage to speak to the girls already living there, girls your age. Girls with the same haunted eyes, you're snatched away again and pulled into another room. Servants scrub your skin until it burns, dress you in unfamiliar fabrics, and load you with gold jewelry that feels heavier than chains. Perfume is poured on you until you choke. No one explains anything. No one cares that you're terrified. The only thing clear is this: someone important is coming, and you're supposed to shine for him. They lead you to your private quarters. There's food, a soft bed, clean water, servants waiting to serve you. 2 guards stand outside your door at all times. They call it honor. You call it what it is, a luxurious prison. You quickly realize your servants don't work for you. They work to keep you in line. Try refusing the makeup or the perfume, and they simply hold you still and do it anyway. Days start blending together. Wake up. Get decorated like a ceremonial doll. Sit in silence until nightfall. Sleep. Repeat. And slowly, you come to learn a cruel truth. Sometimes hell doesn't look like chains and fire. Sometimes it looks like a beautiful room, a locked door, and a life that isn't yours anymore. Repeat. Loneliness hits hard. You miss home. But wishing for that here? About as useful as yelling into a volcano. One evening, you decide you've had enough of being perfume-scented statue and step outside. Shockingly, your servants don't stop you. Maybe they're bored too. You wander a bit and finally see other women. Beautiful, elegant, glowing in gold. For a second, you think, finally, maybe someone here will talk to me. They look at you like you're dirt stuck to their sandals. One even mutters something nasty under her breath. You walk back to your room feeling like a kicked puppy. You expected sisterhood. Instead, just pure mean girls. Ancient Egypt edition. Before you can even process that emotional slap, guess who shows up again? Yep, gold dude. And he brought a friend. The new guy? He's your teacher now. Congrats. You're about to learn how to walk, talk, and act like the pharaoh's dream wife. Because guess what? Just by existing in the Kenre already means you're unofficially in his harem. Surprise. You haven't met the guy yet. But apparently that day is coming up fast. And when you do, they don't want you saying something dumb like, "I miss my mom." Learning this new language? It sucks. The manners? Even worse. But you don't have a choice. One of the older servants quietly fills you in. Fail at this and things don't end well. Some girls who don't impress the pharaoh. Forgotten. Others? Straight up vanish. And you? Yeah, you're not trying to disappear anytime soon. 3 long, awkward, and slightly soul-crushing weeks go by. You've been grilled on Egyptian grammar, court etiquette, and being corrected every time you blink wrong. But hey, you survived. You can now speak, read, and write basic Egyptian. Which means only one thing. It's pharaoh time. You're told you'll meet him during the Opet festival, which is basically a giant religious parade where they flex the god's statues through the streets like divine VIPs. But for you, it's a high-stakes debut. One awkward moment, and boom, you're forgotten. Or worse, the next day, Cairo turns into a fever dream of gold, and people dancing like the gods are actually watching. And for the first time, you see Egypt outside your fancy cage. And then, you see him, the pharaoh. Young, only a few years older than you. Crown on his head, guards on all sides. And still, he keeps glancing your way like he knows he's supposed to. You're not imagining it. The guy's locked in on you like you're the next big mystery in his royal life. Later that evening, you meet him for real. And guess what? He's not a god. He's just a dude. A very important, terrifyingly powerful dude, but still a dude. Talking to him feels weirdly normal. And he seems definitely into you. But the next morning, the Kenrad explodes. Every single woman looks at you like they're about to start a very ancient, very royal girl fight. Apparently, it's one thing to be a foreigner. It's a whole other thing to be the foreigner who got the pharaoh's attention. Congrats. You're officially a problem, which honestly makes sense. This man has everything. Palaces, gold, guards, crocodile ponds. But you know what he doesn't have? His privacy. You overhear whispers from scribes and servants. The pharaoh's secrets? Yeah, they were everywhere. Who he visits, what he eats, who he's interested in. There's a scroll for everything. And if he can't keep his personal life private, what chance do regular people have when your full name, phone number, and email are just one Google search away? That's where Incogni comes in. It's basically your royal guard for the digital age. Incogni scans the internet, including shaded data brokers, to track down your exposed personal data and remove it from the sketchy corners of the internet automatically. And with their new custom removals feature in the unlimited plan, you can point them to any website where your info shows up. Even ones outside their usual targets. It just takes a few clicks and their team does the rest. No paperwork, no scrolls. Honestly, even the pharaoh could have used this. Might have dodged a few palace dramas. For Sticktory fans, go to incogni.com/sticktory from the description below and get 60% off an annual plan. So yeah, now everyone knows you're the one. And that makes you dangerous. The great royal wife, aka Pharaoh's main chick, does not take it well. She and a few of the other wives form team get her out. While some of the younger wives actually side with you. You're shocked, but also grateful. Because let's be honest, you're gonna need backup. You and the pharaoh grow closer. He gives you gifts, land, servants who actually listen to you for once. And with all that, you're now officially what everyone already feared. A royal concubine. The pharaoh's great royal wife is not exactly thrilled about your recent glow-up. You're just a distraction, she says. A hobby. Something the pharaoh will get bored of once the sparkle wears off. Or so she thinks. Except, plot twist, you get pregnant, and that changes everything. The pharaoh? Obsessed. The great royal wife? Yeah, she's plotting. You hear whispers that she's planning to make your baby mysteriously vanish before it ever cries. But the royal haters aren't your only problem. Your own body is too. See, this baby? It's your golden ticket. Your power play, but only if everything goes right. If you miscarry, game over. If it's a girl, not great. And let's not even get into the part where you might die giving birth. Because yeah, that's totally on the table. But somehow, you make it. 9 brutal months later, you give birth to a son. And not just any son. A pharaoh-worthy son. The pharaoh shows up, scoops him into his arms like he just won the royal lottery. And laughs like he forgot he already has 3 other kids. You're glowing, not just from childbirth, but from pure status upgrade. Your son? He's now in the running to be the next pharaoh. Sure, there are already 3 other boys in line. But Egyptians love having backup heirs. Just in case one of them dies or disappears. So yeah, you're officially not just some foreign girl with good eyeliner. You're the mother of a potential king. Your son grows fast. Too fast. 1 minute, he's all wobbly legs and what's that questions. And the next? He's got his father's stare and your stubbornness. Deadly combo. And the older he gets, the softer the pharaoh gets with you. He's not just keeping you around anymore. He actually cares. You can feel it. Meanwhile, your enemies? Yeah, they're silently screaming. But at this point, touching you is basically royal suicide. You're untouchable now. Your son gets the royal treatment. Literally. Top-tier tutors. Meals so fancy you don't even recognize half the ingredients. He ends up with his father's sharp eyes and powerful build. Everything feels secure. Until it doesn't, because out of nowhere, the news drops. The pharaoh is dead. An illness, they say. No one saw it coming. He didn't even look sick. Which is exactly why you don't buy it. And your stomach? It completely flips. On one hand, you're technically free now. You could leave with your son. But you don't, because there's one tiny, incredibly powerful reason to stay. The pharaoh died without naming an heir. Which means your son, he's in the running. And with the old man gone, there's a very real chance your little boy could be the next to wear the crown. Also, let's be honest, you're pretty sure the great royal wife had something to do with the pharaoh's sudden illness. You don't have proof. Just a vibe. The way she smirked at the funeral? Yeah, red flags. But until you've got actual evidence, you keep that theory between you and your pillow. For now, the game's still on, and your son's fate is one move away from checkmate. You don't waste time. The pharaoh's barely cold and you're already moving chess pieces. Your son? He's a solid candidate for the throne. But there's a problem. He's got your blood. And to the Egyptian elite? A pharaoh with foreign roots is like putting ketchup on a sacred scroll. Absolutely not. So what do? Easy. You marry him to his Egyptian half-sister. Boom. Problem solved. She's got that all-important royal blood. Is it weird? Definitely. But this is ancient Egypt. That kind of thing basically counts as office politics. But you don't stop there. Next move? The priests. You cozy up to them behind closed doors. Maybe slip a few gifts. And suddenly, guess what? Your son is the divine choice. Handpicked by the gods themselves. Or at least, that's what everyone thinks. Is it true? Absolutely not. But are you gonna tell anyone that? No, you are not. The moment the priests say he's divine, it's checkmate. The people eat it up like honey-drenched dates. And in Egypt, if the masses are with you, the rest falls into place. Your son is crowned pharaoh. By the will of the people. And, totally the gods. There's just one small issue. He's too young to rule. So guess who gets to run the empire in the meantime? That's right, you. Not as a concubine, not even as a wife, but as the queen mother. And your first royal decree? Lock the great royal wife in her palace and put her on house arrest. You don't have a neat excuse to get rid of her. Yet. But you're working on it. Next, you clean house. Hard. Every official, servant, or guard, even slightly loyal to her? Gone. Accidentally poisoned. You hate that it had to be this brutal. But let's be honest, if you hadn't moved first, you'd be dead already. Egypt doesn't do mercy for foreign concubines. Your rise wasn't exactly peaceful or clean, but it was worth it. Because now, you're ruling. Under your guidance, Egypt thrives. Your son's reign becomes the gossip of the Nile. Everyone's fed, rich, and giving thanks to the gods. But you know the truth. They didn't bless him. You did. One evening, after a nice, calm stroll, you sit down to enjoy your favorite meal. You've earned it. 3 scoops in, the room tilts sideways. Then comes the pain, not a little cramp. A full-blown war inside your stomach. Burning, tearing, twisting, like someone lit a fire in your gut and added knives for good measure. You've been poisoned. But how? The food was tested. Your servants were trained. This was your safe space. Your victory meal. You try to stand, but your legs betray you. You hit the floor hard. Every breath is fire. You crawl out of your chambers, desperate for help, and then you see them. Your servants, slumped over, unmoving. Also poisoned, and that's when it hits you. No one's coming. You're dying, right here, on the cold palace floor like a stray dog. You went from cursed foreign slave girl to the queen mother of Egypt. You beat jealous wives, racist priests, a stacked royal system, and literal death in childbirth. And now this? You didn't get to finish what you started. You didn't get to protect your son. You didn't get to say goodbye.